my name's Kate, and our group is going over the Chipotle Grill on undocumented workers. With me, I have Lee, Alexandra, and Marissa.
Hello, my name's Marissa. Today we're going to be talking about Chipotle Grill. Chipotle Grill is a fast food chain restaurant that specializes in tacos and burritos. Chipotle Grill opened its first location in Boulder, Colorado in 1993. Steve Ellis, who is the founder, and his father estimated they would need to sell 107 burritos a day in order to be profitable. After just 1 month, they were selling over 1,000 burritos and tacos a day. It was extremely successful, so they opened 15 more locations throughout Colorado. In 1998, McDonald's invested an extreme amount of money to allow Chipotle Grill to expand outside Colorado and fuel its rapid growth. The restaurant went public in 2006, and by 2011, the share price was 5 times the purchase price. In 2011, Chipotle Grill was ranked the best Mexican food chain in America, with customers exceeding 75,000 a day. However, in 2010, Chipotle Grill was chosen to be part of an Immigration and Customs Enforcement investigation. This investigation led to the firing of over 400 illegal employees. Loyal Chipotle employees felt they had been treated like trash and betrayed. They couldn't understand why, after so many years of employment, they were fired on the spot for not being a legal citizen. Next, we have Lee talking about employment enforcement and what system our government uses to prevent illegal work practices.
Thank you, Marissa. The United States is estimated to have over 11 million illegal immigrants, and 7 million of these immigrants are working in the U.S. illegally. Many of these illegal immigrants work in low-paying jobs such as agriculture, construction, cleaning services, restaurants, and other service industries. Because of this, many voters wanted immigration reform. However, there were several different ideas of how it should be done. Some wanted stronger border controls to prevent illegal immigrants from entering the country, reduced incentives to enter by making it more difficult to obtain work, and deportation of illegal immigrants. Others wanted the illegal immigrants to be granted amnesty and be offered a pathway to citizenship. The Obama administration decided to go after companies employing illegal immigrants rather than arrest the undocumented workers. They began doing silent raids, and over 2,740 audits were performed on various suspected businesses. The Immigration and Customs Enforcement had a strategic plan set out for the 2010 through 2014 time period. According to the ICE, its plan was to pursue an effective enforcement program to reduce the incentive for aliens to come to and enter and remain unlawfully. The opportunity to work in the United States motivates many to seek illegal entry. Therefore, enforcing the immigration-related employment laws is a critical component of border security. To create a culture of compliance among employers, ICE will use the following two-pronged strategy: aggressive criminal and civil enforcement against those employers who knowingly violate the law, and 2, continued implementation of programs such as E-Verify and ICE's Image program to help employers comply. Now that we have discussed the current situation of employment laws and enforcement, I would now like to explain a little bit more about the E-Verify system. The E-Verify system is provided by the U.S. government. It is an internet-based system that compares information from an employee's Form I-9 employment eligibility verification to data from the U.S. Department of Homeland Security and Social Security Administration records to confirm employment eligibility. E-Verify is fast, free, and an easy to use, and is the best way employers can ensure a legal workplace. An I-9 form ensures an employee is eligible to work in the United States and is completed at the time of hire. The IMAGE program is a tool that provides education and training to companies who decide to use E-Verify and adherence to best hiring practices. Now that I have gone over the current situation of employment enforcement and the current government programs that help ensure employees are legal, I would now like to hand the floor to Alexandra to discuss if Chipotle is practicing ethical work standards.
So, as previously stated, after an audit that was concluded by the Immigration and Customs Enforcement, several Chipotle employees who lacked documentation to legally work in the U.S. were revealed. Due to the immigration inquiries, Chipotle immediately fired hundreds of employees without warning. Some of these employees, blindsided by the mass firings, have been with the company for up to 10 years. So, is Chipotle acting in an unethical manner, firing the undocumented workers due to the investigations? Or was Chipotle unethical to hire the illegal workers to begin with? The question is arguable since ethics and morals are relative to each person, and all Americans have different opinions on the illegal immigrant issue. Advocates for the undocumented workers believe that without these workers, the economy and quality of life for Americans would break down. Also, America needs immigrants because they hold jobs that Americans will not take on. Although most of us believe following the law is ethical, and as citizens, it is our job to act in a law-abiding way. So hiring employees without proper documents could be thought of as unethical. Additionally, many that are against hiring illegal immigrants believe that the jobs here should be given to Americans, since there are 20 million Americans who are unemployed. Companies are constantly conflicted with their citizenship obligations and their ethical obligations. Therefore, Chipotle is not the only business that has hired undocumented workers. Whether it is ethical or not is disputable. It is uncertain if Chipotle was right or wrong to hire these undocumented workers to begin with, but it is certain that the way they handled the firing was unethical. When asked about the mass firings, Chipotle stated that they were trying to cooperate with the government's investigations. They told the media that it is simply following the law after the immigration audit. Chipotle made it seem that the ICE was forcing them to take these actions. The restaurant did not have a choice when it came to firing these employees, but it is standard practice for employers to give employees 90 days to clear up any problems with their immigration documents, which Chipotle did not do. Some ex-employees also stated that Chipotle did not give them their final paycheck as well, which violates the state law that requires employees to receive their final check within 24 hours of being fired. The company should have given their employees a warning before letting them go and a grace period to fix problems with their documentation. These employees were illegal, however, they should have been given these rights, seeing that Chipotle must have known the majority of these employees did not have the proper papers, and since so many of these employees have worked there for so many years. Therefore, Chipotle was unethical in the way they chose to fire their undocumented employees. Now Kate is going to give an overview of undocumented workers.
Thank you. So as we come to the conclusion of our presentation, we just want to touch on a couple of questions that might have come up along the way. Undocumented workers cover a large span of Chipotle's previous workforce. As you can see, businesses use undocumented workers so they can pay a lower wage than what a citizen would usually accept. This happens not only in food industries, but also in agriculture industries, as previously stated. Undocumented workers have a great work ethic compared to others because they're at a higher risk of losing their job. As stated before, when Chipotle let all the workers off, there was very harsh feelings that they dedicated many years to the business and were let off with no reason besides that they didn't have their citizenship paper. Implementing the E-Verify system, we highly recommend that Chipotle and other businesses like this implement the E-Verify system, with the system being absolutely free and easy to use, and with the IMAGE program helping train. The E-Verify system could effectively help hiring managers and human resources weed out undocumented workers to help prevent this problem in the future. The only decision to be made by companies is whether to implement through the hiring manager or implement through human resources. It totally depends on the industry which one is more popular and with the supply chain management of the company. Through either way, a hiring manager could check with E-Verify during the interview stages before it gets sent over to human resources, or it can get sent over to human resources during the background checks that are usually done with bigger corporations. And then the IMAGE program will provide that education and that training for the E-Verify, both for hiring managers, human resources, and the CEOs, COOs of the company to make sure everybody understands it. as it is a free and easy to use service. It's also good appearance for investors or stockholders, seeing that the company is doing its best to follow the law and hopefully help profits come in. It's easy to join and manage, and we definitely recommend that Chipotle would join this program along with implementing E-Verify. Thank you so much for your time. Please review our questions on our discussion board after viewing.